So how are we doing this? You want to just start it?
Yeah, I'm basically going to say Jason Gerald. I'm back. And you're like, sweet.
Cool, Mike. You're back.
Jason Gerald, how in the world are you? I
I'm-
haven't seen you in person since December 11th.
December 11th? Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah,
I'll let it go this time because you're new back on the mic.
I don't know what in the world. Why it's different.
December 11th. Really?
I got
What was?
ordained. You were
Oh
there.
yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But that was the last time. Apparently, you blocked it out. Apparently, I triggered you. But we'll talk about that maybe later. Awkward. So I have a random fact that I brought because I thought you have missed my random facts.
Okay, I have missed them.
So 15 centimeters seems like quite a bit, doesn't it?
You know, I hear a mic cord moving too. I actually have a story about centimeters. I swear to God.
Okay.
So, anyways, 15 centimeters doesn't sound like that much.
Why not?
I would say that's like 6 inches. Damn it! Did you just burn me?
I didn't try, but I did.
Did you just burn me?
I
Did I just say 6 inches isn't very big?
Oh, man, it's gonna... So, anyways, so the Eiffel Tower apparently can expand and contract with heat and cold. So in the summer, it's 15 centimeters taller than during the winter. Apparently, the Eiffel Tower experiences shrinkage like the rest of us.
Yes. Do you actually know what it is in inches?
No.
Hey Ziggy, what is 15 centimeters in inches? I was so close to 6 inches. I was so close. So, anyways, my story. Oh my gosh. Wait, no. Keep the randos.
Well, I mean, how many randos do we want to do? Like, I just thought I'd bring one rando.
Okay, so here's the story.
Yeah.
I won a trip to Podfest in Orlando. Did I tell you this?
No.
Yeah, so it's a $400 ticket. It's basically the second biggest podcast conference other than Podcast Movement. So in Orlando, it's the end of January. So cool, got it. I was like, gonna go, bought plane tickets. Megan, I was like, do you want to go? She wouldn't go to the conference. I'm like, you can hang out in Florida. You can go to Harry Potter World. It's in Orlando.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, you can do whatever you want. And she's like, yeah, let's go. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try do this as cheap as possible. Like, I don't want to pay for anything too high. So I go to Kayak to look for flights, and it points me to this site called kiwi.com. I don't know. It's a bunch of different sites. So it's like Allegiant, Frontier, Spirit Airlines. So I booked the flight, different airlines on the way there as the way back. So it's Frontier on the way down, Spirit on the way back. No, Allegiant on the way back. No bags. I want to do it cheap. I was like, okay, we'll just do a carry. We'll just do a carry on each of us. Oh no, you can only bring a personal item, and everything is in centimeters for the measurement. So I measure the personal item. I'm like, well, that ain't gonna fucking fly.
Yeah.
Like, it's super small. It's like just a small little bag, not even a backpack. So to get a bag, one carry-on for both of us, not each, just for both of us, one carry-on, there and back was an extra $163.
Of course.
Almost as much as the flight was.
See, that is so much bull crap that they pulled that.
Yeah, and it's weirdly in centimeters, so I had to like do conversions and then measure the carry-on. I'm like, okay, perfect. It's 22 inches by blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's... I wish I'm actually got a lot of anxiety about it, and I told Megan, I'm like, I wish I would just went with Delta. It just said screw it and pay the bigger price and just know that it's going to be taken care of. I don't have to worry about it.
Now, is it actually going to cost you more than Delta because of all the stupid fees?
I don't want to look. But again, I did a super saver. Can't cancel it.
Of course.
Non-refundable.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. The world blows up. You're paying full price.
Yep.
So anyways, that's my story about centimeters.
So we both have centimeter random facts. Apparently, if you travel Spirit or any of them, they'll do it in centimeters.
No, I think it's that Kiwi site. My guess is it's an Australian company or something like that. It's not so that, and they, the rest of the world probably does centimeters. I don't know.
Well, yeah, the rest of the world does the
European countries
metric system. Yeah,
yeah, and it would be in centimeters. It wouldn't be in inches.
Yeah. So when I traveled to Israel, our weight of our bag was in
kilograms,
yeah. which I had to convert to
to
pounds because my scale doesn't. Well, my scale would. Should have just done that.
Yeah, but so apparently Kiwi.com is a European country. I don't freaking know. But anyways, that's my
Kiwi.com is a European country.
I don't know if they are.
They themselves are, or they're in a.
I don't get it.
Never mind. You'll listen back when you edit and you'll get it.
Did I say something wrong?
Yeah.
And you're trying to be funny?
Yeah, but I'm just being a jackbutt.
Oh, so you're mocking someone, Kiwi flight. You're mocking somebody with a speech impediment?
No, trauma.
Trauma brain?
Which is worse.
So it's Kiwi. Yeah, that is. You fucking asshole. Kiwi.com. All right, I'm going to just scroll all the way to the bottom. I don't know. It doesn't say. I was going to say.
You can Google where's kiwi.com located.
Hey, Ziggy, where is Kiwi.com located? Oh, that was rough. Burnham.
So the Czech Republic is in Europe.
Europe.
Right?
That's European.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm so confident in my European
geography. You know us in geography. Like, you know where Israel is at, and that's about it.
That's it.
Any more rando facts?
No, we're just gonna do one rando fact today. I think that'll be good. Should maybe talk about the people who make it possible for us to put on this
shit show.
The shit show.
we're kind of giddy. This first time back. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV is the sponsor of the Threads podcast, Life Unfiltered. They are a auto repair shop located in Wyoming/Grand Rapids off of 44th Street, just east of 131 on a road called. Do you remember? Do you listen to my ads? Do you tune it out?
This is tune out.
You're already thinking ahead.
I'm just looking ahead to see what we might talk about while we hang out.
On Stafford, Mike. It's on Stafford. Just
like Matthew Stafford, who's with the Rams now.
And so, oh God, I just had a ADHD about Stafford in the playoffs that I heard on TikTok. So yeah, check them out. 532-6600. You can schedule online. The perfect thing is that you get a loaner car and it's free, so you will not be without a car. 532-6600. And our Patreon members and supporters, Joe P, KK, Lisa K, Megan D, Adam S, and Chrissy D, who I spent some time with over last
you
weekend.
were running.
We were running together.
And he went to the same college that Ben and I went to.
Yes.
Small world.
He's got a little church trauma.
Of course, because he went to
fucking doesn't?
Because he went to Cornerstone.
Who fucking doesn't?
Church trauma. He can come join the club.
Welcome to Threads Podcast. Everyone's been traumatized by the Christian church.
I feel like we should have him on to talk about church trauma and Cornerstone trauma.
Yeah, it would be fun. I don't know if he has Cornerstone trauma.
I mean, everyone does.
Yeah, you're probably
right. Those are like tied together pretty much.
Yeah, so we went running. We did a 13-miler together. I've literally never run with anybody. I don't remember if I've even done a short run. I mean, since I've become an adult.
Yeah.
And we did a 13-miler together.
And it was slower than your normal pace.
It was about 50 seconds slower.
Yeah.
But it actually didn't feel like that because we were talking, so there was more breath. I did still feel a little bit of cardio, but when I didn't even look at my time. We had such a great conversation, and it was super enjoyable. And then we had this race this Saturday, a 25K.
And you guys are both doing it.
Correct.
25K.
Yeah.
So you have bombed 25Ks.
I've never officially run a 25K distance. I am on the struggle bus tonight, y'all. I came rushing in here and slam food. I've never officially completely ran a 25K. I've finished them all, but I've walked it every time.
And the last one you did, you completely blew up. It was hot as hell.
It was terrible.
Are you worried about this one?
No, because it's a trail run, and I feel like there's no I haven't trained for 20 weeks for this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The riverbank was so intense in training, and it all comes down to this one moment, and I blew it. I went out too fast, and it was hot.
Yeah. Now, in trail racing, it feels like no one judges you if you walk because there's usually hills.
Yep.
You're almost expected, unless you're one of the first ones, that you're going to walk.
I plan on walking most of the hills. I didn't tell you this either. The elevation is 1,400.
Okay.
So it's not
huge, but it's not small.
It's not just training runs.
Yeah.
I mean, so I will be walking the hills. I am assuming Chris will. I got to give it up for Chris, though. He definitely has a great attitude about racing because we ran the 2.5 hours. We were like, I'm not going to run it if it's super muddy or snowy. And as he was leaving, I was like, I just want to check in with you. Are you for sure running it? He goes, yeah, I'm for sure running it. I
Okay.
was like, damn it. Now I got to do it. And he's like, no, man, let's just do it. Like, if it sucks, okay, you did it. If it's great, you did it,
Yeah.
And the last thing about this race, the medal is a snow globe.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I'm super excited.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Now, there's different distances you can go on this one, right?
Correct. There's a 50 miler.
You should have done that.
Oh, yeah. A 50K,
Okay.
a 25K, and a 10K.
That's crazy.
There's about 25 people running the 50 miler.
Okay.
Once you go to the site, it tells you how many people are registered.
Wow.
About 78 for the 25K.
When I think last year was supposed to be snowing, I can't imagine being out in the snow.
Yeah,
that long.
Chris did say he wasn't, if it snowed a lot, he wasn't going to do it because cutting is tough. Although, with the amount of people running, we would have been okay because we would have been in the back.
Yeah, just putts in the back.
Yeah, first couple miles, keep it real slow.
Yeah, people have a nice wide trail for you.
Yeah.
Well, that is crazy fun. So, Jason, while we've been apart for all these long time since December 11th, which you forgot about, so
and we were supposed to get together, and Natalie got
oh yeah, she got sick, in quotes. Basically, she took down her Christmas tree, and somehow she got sick from our Christmas tree.
I think it's coincidental.
I do too.
I mean, yeah, she did break out on hives a little bit, but if
she didn't do hives.
Oh, she didn't?
No, she just, her nose started running like right, like like when the spring hits,
yeah,
and it starts to like itch up in the sinuses.
Okay,
that'd be the word. She started to have that, and she was then like, okay, maybe it's just allergies, and then it kept getting worse and worse, and then she's like, I don't want to get you sick. Didn't want to get Megan sick, especially since she works with the babies.
Yeah, I mean, I respect that.
But anyways, she got sick, in quotes. She's still coughing, so I better stop being a jerk.
Clearly not in quotes if she's still coughing.
Oh, she's still coughing pretty bad, especially at night. So what's the most fun thing you did on this long hiatus from me?
I do have an F up. I gotta write it down. It took Megan a long time to I was like, hey, did I screw up in the last month? And she's like, I can't really think of anything. I'm like,
yes.
And then like 3 hours later, she's like, wait a minute. So this was interesting to I didn't like what you wrote down. I'm like, what the fuck? Can't we just write like 3 stories? So most fun, take it with a grain of salt. I was a guest on Joe Pellerito's show.
Ooh.
The episode is not out yet. He's waiting for my go ahead because there's some news I'm breaking on this show. Some news.
You better tell me.
Just wait. You know already.
Oh, okay. Can
you
tell us what your word was? Because there's always a word.
Yep. Recalibrate.
And
I surprised him what the recalibrate meant. He thought it was something from 2022. It wasn't.
Ooh.
He didn't tell me what he thought it was, but I did shock him. So I was on his show. That'll be coming out soon. That was fun. He made me a old fashioned.
Of course he did.
About knocked my ass out. Drank the whole damn thing in like 40 minutes.
And he's smart though, because you start with the old fashioned. Usually he chats upstairs and then like slowly downstairs. You old fashioned. You probably like revealed things on that show you would never reveal other places.
No, I wasn't drunk.
No, but I mean, you said about knocked you on your ass.
Well, by the time I finished the show, I'm like, okay, Joe, I need like 15 minutes here to talk. So, and then I did go-kart racing. Now that doesn't sound fun inherently.
No.
When you think go-karts, you think of like Craig's Cruisers, right?
Yeah.
So there's a place out in Byron Center that has a 2-level track indoors and only one in Michigan.
Okay.
And they go 35 miles an hour. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot.
It's a lot.
You literally have to wear a helmet, like a legit helmet, like a full racing helmet to do it.
Because you probably can get pretty hurt if you didn't.
Yeah, there was a gal, they said they give you like a training video and it's a whole 9 yards. That's what I meant to say. And let's check and make sure I was recording because I ran in here. I am. Hey.
No, that would have been so horrible.
Well, we're streaming, so
True,
we would
just pull it.
That's a back. Yeah. Wouldn't have been the audio I would like. But anyways, she did not break at when she was coming up the hill, slammed into the wall, concussion, broken wrist. Like,
Ugh.
yeah, it's serious. But it was so much fun. They have leagues and it's expensive. If you want to race, it's like $25 a race.
Like, and you might race multiple night or times in a night.
No. One time.
Okay.
One race.
No, but I'm saying though, a person might race 3 times, so they
Yeah.
might pay 75.
So as you go up, it gets cheaper.
Yeah.
So you can do like 5 races for like $100.
Still.
Yeah, it's pricey.
So people are dropping a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's like 5-minute races though. It's pretty long.
Okay.
And you race by time. It's not by place. And they will flag you if someone's on your ass, you have to pull over and let them pass.
Okay.
So it's all about time. So it makes it less like you're like at Craig's Cruisers. I will fuck a car up.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because it's all about place, but this is about time. So yeah. Pretty fun though.
Craig's Cruisers.
They do have a league for 6 weeks. It's $225 and you race 3 times a night.
Oh.
So it's cheap doing it that way, but
so we're gonna see some like film of you doing this?
No, because it's during times where I'm gonna be out of the state.
Ooh. Like you just talked about to Florida.
And Mexico.
And Mexico. Oh yeah.
In February.
We're gonna go totally off topic. You guys are doing that in February?
February 22.
Well, because when you said you were going to Florida, I was like, oh yeah, then his F up in May or whenever.
Yeah.
It's like I wonder when that's actually
finally booked. Everything's paid. Everything's legit.
Passports
are good.
I
ended up working with a new gal, and she made me send pictures of the passports before I continued.
Oh, she's so much smarter than
the other lady got sick and had like a really had bad like a brain aneurysm or something.
Wow.
I think she's okay. She was able to email me, but she's like, I'm not working right now. So the new lady Ashley's like, okay, I need the pictures of your passports before we continue. So I'm like, fair.
I feel like most travel agents would do that normal.
Hey, yeah, you know what? Mine said she usually does, but since I had booked in the past with her, she trusted that. It was okay.
Never trust.
She'll never do it again. She'll never do it again.
Everyone else who books through her is going to be so annoyed at her. Like, this lady just, she wants everything. It's because
it's because of Jason Gerald.
Jason Gerald. I should have written these down before. I feel like, the ladies last time didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Should have written it down. But I'd say
dumbass.
I'd say one of the fun things we did this was actually last night. We actually went to the Grand Rapids Gold. Natalie's sister works with the owner of the Gold, and he got us some tickets there. And then we were there just before the game began. We got there early. The players cleared off for a little bit, and he asked Cam and his friend to go shoot on the court.
Oh, cool.
Cam and his friend got to shoot on the court. They thought they were big stuff.
That's sweet for a kid, for the kids that age.
I know.
They're like, this is awesome.
Can you imagine, and Cam's in basketball, and so like he's out there shooting, and like, yeah, that was a pretty cool moment, fun moment.
I'm pretty sure I went to a game at Van Andel where Michael Jordan was playing. It was like a game where it was, it was exhibition, but he was in town for something. I swear, I just had that memory pop in my head.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure it was Van Andel, and it was somehow through like hoops. Do you remember the Grand Rapids hoops? And my sister, the crazy one, well, that doesn't help. That doesn't explain it. My middle sister was dating a guy that was actually a player on the hoops.
Okay.
So I know you think I'm not telling the truth.
But Michael Jordan, I'm just trying to think of why Michael Jordan would be at the Van Andel.
I can try to do a deep dive on it. I couldn't tell you what year it was. I swear it was him.
Yeah. So the hoops, I feel like they were done by like the early 2000s. So it had to be before then.
Yeah. No, because I graduated in 94. Okay. And then my sister probably graduated in 98 or 96. So, yeah, it was probably like early 2000s. She was in college dating this guy.
Okay. And then he was not playing for the Bulls anymore. He was playing with the Charlotte Hornets.
No, he was playing for the Wizards.
Or Wizards. Sorry. Yep. Wizards.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I'm going to try to.
I know you have to
I gotta write it down because I'll forget.
Yeah, you got to deep dive this one. Michael Jordan at the Van Andel. I'm so jealous if that was true because Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
I I used to be super into basketball. I love the Bulls.
Wait, so
I mean, I love the Pistons. When it's Pistons Bulls, I want to go for Pistons, but I just love Jordan.
I was always Bulls guy.
And I loved like Scottie Pippen and John Paxton and all those guys in that era where they were just crushing it.
Yeah.
It was so fun to watch.
So I was in like 4th and 5th grade, 6th grade when they were one of their times, and I remember everyone else was a Pistons fan. I wouldn't tell people I was a Bulls fan.
I don't blame you. That's like the bad boys. Like if you want to get to bad boys, you could get shanked.
Yeah. So I would have posters. I would not let friends up to my room because I didn't want them to see the Michael Jordan posters. I love Michael Jordan, but I was like, you aren't gonna know that I am a Bulls fan.
When is the last time you thought about that? Like this just triggered that memory.
Oh yeah, totally triggered it.
That was so cool.
But yeah. So anyways, that was a fun thing last night to be able to. Right? Isn't it weird as a parent? Like I was just sitting there, and then he gets to go do that. But it was fun for me to watch him do that.
It's joy in seeing your kids do cool shit.
Cool shit that I wasn't able
when
to
Sully
do.
went to Comic-Con, I was in my glory watching that kid run around with just the biggest grin on his face and just having the time of his life. Like he got furry claws that were handmade for somebody on Etsy for Christmas. Like he's gonna have a whole costume for next November.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. It's a thing. It's happening.
Now, are you going to go to the real Comic-Con or just the one in Grand Rapids?
Well, it's still the real Comic-Con.
But I mean, there's like the Comic-Con, right?
Okay, where's that one then?
Isn't it out west?
Oh, okay, yeah, the San Francisco.
Yeah,
no. I mean, that's where it originally started. There's just different levels. There's like San Francisco. There's one in Detroit. There's one in Grand Rapids. There's one in like Lansing.
Okay.
So they're just different tiers. And
what is so the one in Grand Rapids? It's not like the San Francisco.
No.
But so is it 2 steps lower or 3 steps lower?
I would say probably 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still cool, but
yeah,
it'd be really cool if you guys could get a trip out there on Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
Pay $10,000 for this costume to bring it.
Oh my God. And then the ticket itself got to be insane.
Yeah.
That's where they release a lot of the rare Funko Pops is at that Comic-Con.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to go now?
It'll say like if you get a rare or a grail, it'll say like the year in San Francisco Comic-Con.
Okay.
Yeah.
Least fun. What was your least fun thing? Well,
my least fun thing was meeting Ben.
Ben, if
he's
you're listening,
gonna hear this, and let me explain. Let me explain.
Poor dude.
So Ben and I are back. We've
back in black.
Yeah, back in black. Adam says the Lansing Comic-Con is 3 steps below. Yeah, GR. Yeah, so the Grand Rapids one actually just bought the Lansing one. So they're actually doing that show too.
Wait, okay. Explain this to me. Explain Comic-Con to me like I'm stupid about it because I am.
Yeah, so
like
I'm
someone
stupid
bought.
Too. It's like a franchise.
You buy a franchise?
Yeah, you like buy the rights to it or something.
Really?
So yeah, the Lansing one either it's new or they're bringing it to Lansing, but I know the Grand Rapids owners bought some sort of Lansing one and they are putting it on because they asked me to work it.
Oh,
so
are you planning on it?
Well, talk about some other news coming up, and that may change it.
Okay.
But back to Benjamin, yes. Back in December, Mike had sent me a message. He's like, it's almost like the 1-year anniversary. What?
Well, I was going to say the even more context in case anyone wants the more context, which they don't.
People need more context.
Well, because we were going to hang out, because I think the day we were going to hang out was like exactly a year after Ben. And so I think I maybe had joked like, hey, you think something will happen with me and you a year afterwards, just being a jerk.
Yeah, a jerk.
I was just being a jerk. But so that I think that got you thinking.
Yeah, and literally after I was getting in the shower, the water was running. I thought about Ben, and I was washing my genitals. No, the water was running, and I was like, you know what? This is bullshit. I immediately listened to your message. I went to text. I said, do you want to bury the hatchet? 20 seconds later, there's a picture of him with a rusty hatchet in his hand in his garage. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to bury it. And so that's how it started. And we met a week later for coffee, and it was a little awkward, as it probably would be. It's
after a year,
caught up a little bit, texted a little bit back and forth, and then we had lunch last week.
Was it less awkward having the lunch?
Yes.
Okay.
Way less awkward.
Good.
Yeah, we talked a lot because there was a good 25-minute wait before we ate.
Oh.
And then we ate. And so yeah, we had a lot of talking. We kind of just tried to get back into the swing of things of life.
Yeah.
Family. He asked about Threads, those kind of things. So and we talked a little bit about the incident, broke it down a little bit more, but nothing like crazy amount or anything like that. So
does it feel like to you like you got good closure on what happened? That's terrible.
you could have cleared and then finished on what happened.
I thought maybe it wouldn't stick around. It got worse. It like gargled there even worse.
Lung butter. Can you repeat that
Yeah.
question? I got sidetracked with
it got pretty
butter.
gross. Do you feel like you got closure from what happened last December?
Yeah, he explained it a little bit more in our lunch, and it made more sense. I will have to say, I felt like he did push a little bit back on me, saying that, it wasn't an isolated incident that he blew up and that had built up over time. And I said, well, I'm going to push back a little bit on that. I did the last year that we were friends. I was working my ass off on making myself better. I'm not saying I was perfect. So we kind of maybe agree to disagree on that. I'm not saying I was perfect. And he said it wasn't isolated, and it wasn't. I'm sure he was stressed about things.
And it built up.
One thing he didn't bring up, and if he listens to this, maybe he'll come on the show. Maybe he'll become a patron. Wouldn't that be insane?
Wow.
Would that be the biggest turnaround? Is
what if he became a third host? Like,
no. Why did you? I'm going to cut that out. Why did you bring that up? You fucking idiot.
I hope you don't.
I probably won't. I don't think that's going to work.
No,
out.
but it'd be nice to have him back on the show.
In this point in time, it will not happen. But
Who knows?
What? I didn't think I'd ever talk to Ben again.
True.
So,
well, because when I first said it, you told me probably to F off about that you guys should reconcile.
Yeah. I mean, I told him I was hurt for probably 6 months.
Oh, at least.
And then it kind of fizzled out. And then you and I we just didn't talk about it anymore. And we'd make jokes here and there. I mean, I would expect you and Ben to do that to me. I mean, we're just guys. It wasn't like mean spirited or anything, but, so anyways, yeah, I mean, I would love to have him back on the show. One thing he didn't bring up is like the part of the cause of maybe the blow up was the jealousy of the third wheel.
Yeah.
And I know he brought it up before, but he didn't this time. And maybe it'll come up again. I don't know.
Maybe he was on the show.
Maybe when he's on the show.
Mediate.
I feel like I can't talk to him again until he's on the show.
I know. He'll be like, okay, let's like, well, and I'm supposed to hang out with him soon. So maybe after that, then we'll.
Yeah, Mike's after everything. I tried to get him to go eat last week. He's like, oh, I can't. I don't feel good. Yes, you did.
No.
We were going to go to lunch, and you said you didn't feel good, and you didn't want to get me sick.
Oh, yeah, I did.
And then you went out and worked Walmart Spark.
Yeah, but I wasn't around anyone.
You could have worn a mask.
Well, while I ate.
Well, we could have sat 2 tables apart. Could have telegrammed.
I mean, we could have FaceTimed at that point.
Yeah, we should have.
We should when we drive.
What's your least fun moment?
Driving for Walmart and Spark and that sort of stuff. Yeah, like,
oh, that's disappointing.
I know. Like, it's, you know what? There's money. I'm happy there's money. But like, especially Walmart, like, it's just boring. Like, I mean, it is. Spark is boring.
Talking about theology for some fake religion isn't boring.
Well, first of all, it's not fake, but also that's right there what excites me in life, which probably makes me more odd. But like that sort of stuff I love. And again, right, there's seasons of life where you get to do what you love, and there's seasons where you get paid to do stuff you don't love. I think, like, I don't know, you just deal with stupid people.
Yes. I mean, like the workers or like the residents?
Every once in a while, you just get a weird order, weird place to put it.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, it is what it is. You deal with stupid drivers. Like, I notice how much more stupid drivers there are now that I'm out on the road.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're constantly driving. You're going to see almost every trip, you're going to see some idiot that just doesn't know what they're doing. A lot of time I look, because I work obviously during the day in the morning. It's fucking 85-year-old lady or man driving. They're just clueless on what's going on, which is freaking scary.
Or there is the middle-aged woman who's on her phone.
Yeah.
That to me is
what I am shocked with. This is going to be a crazy episode. is how many people hold their phone.
Oh,
Like, they
yeah.
don't have a mount.
Yes.
They're holding it and looking down while they're driving. At least put it in a mount and your face is up and your periphery, if you glance at it, is going to catch
Yep.
things coming at you.
Yeah, that's so much nicer with that. The only thing is, like, like, I've gone by cops as I'm, like, telegramming you, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not gonna push the button to end this right now, Jason."
100%.
Just sitting there driving. It's just a
Yeah.
long message.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
So that's probably been my least fun. Like, I don't love that, but you know what? It pays the bills. It's money in.
I love
Let me-
doing gig work. I love the flexibility. I love, like, you know what? Today's not the day.
Yeah.
F it. I'm going to go home and I'm going to play Call of Duty. And obviously the money still has to get made, so you can't do that all the time.
Correct.
But
yeah, you can adjust based, like, that part's nice, but yeah, it's not my least, or it's not my most favorite stage of working.
And one more thing, it's tough learning.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Oh,
Once you figure it out, it gets not as bad, but learning is tough.
Well, yeah, I think the first week I was messaging you all the time, and even with Spark, I think my first grocery curbside, the person didn't end up giving me the sticker. So then I'm there and it's telling me to scan. I'm scanning every item. I'm like, what in the world am I supposed to scan? The person hasn't given me the actual thing I need to scan, and I just have to call support. It's just those things. You're like, what in the world? But
very frustrating.
Anyways, most impactful.
Why do I keep having to go first?
Because I just asked the questions first. Should be quicker on the draw.
So I'm ask Megan. I'm quick on the draw.
Should be crickets.
That's a good joke.
Yeah.
It cuts me. That's a good joke.
Yeah, but it was a little predictable.
A little predictable. Someone's texting me.
I know. Who you're the king of, like, getting mad when people
I know,
at their text.
because it's not in front of me and I can't see it, and I don't want to look at my watch. Normally, I at least have it in front of me so I can see. It's definitely not Telegram, because I'd be able to see that on my freaking phone or my desktop. So another change that's possibly happening, it hasn't been confirmed yet, is that most impactful is I'm thinking about changing careers.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm thinking about not doing lawn care. And is this close enough to the end of the month if it gets picked up anywhere? You can't title this the way I want.
Okay.
Yeah, that can't be on there. But no, I'm thinking about quitting lawn care, and I'm taking the test actually this Friday for bus driving.
Ooh.
For my CDL.
So the book, so you've listened to the book.
I listened about half of it.
And now have you also, like, gone back and read through it?
So
or skimmed through it?
I confirmed with my trainer. They've highlighted the things that are going to be for sure on the test.
Okay.
I've studied all of that. I have not read through it all. If it's highlighted, I memorized it. If it's not highlighted, I didn't. So I confirmed with her twice. I'm like, this is all I have to focus on. Yes. I'm like, okay. We'll see what happens. Now, a lot of it's common sense. They're multiple choice.
Okay.
They're 3 tests. Bus is 20 questions. Passengers is 20 questions. And I think the main CDL is like 40 questions. You have to get like 70%.
Okay. I actually have a theory of a multiple choice test. I think I could pass that on the first time without studying.
With your theory?
Yeah.
What's your theory?
I just think in a multiple choice test, you always have a chance between 2. There's usually 2 that are absurd. And there's 2 that are close.
Yeah. So it's like almost true false.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I could pass it.
So you must be a very good reader of the question, right?
Yes. And also test taker. I'm a great test taker.
See, that's what trips people up. And me too. You read it too fast. You're like, oh, it's got to be this one. Instead of taking your time, reading it again, and then really reading the answers.
Yeah. And the way I would always do it is go through it, in the ones that were easy to get, I would answer. And the ones I didn't know right away, I'd go to the next one. And I would do all the ones that I knew, and then I'd go back and, like, just start guessing at.
So it's all computerized. I'm not sure I can do that. And I guess now they put your score on the bottom every time.
Oh, no.
So they're like, don't freak out. But once you hit what you need, you're done.
Okay.
So, like, if
as soon as you hit
70%, you're passed. You're done.
Ooh.
So you might not even take all the questions if you do really well.
I bet I could pass it.
You probably could.
Should I go down and take it?
You should make an appointment. Make one right next to me. We'll take it together. Probably get caught cheating, and then everything.
Okay, so tell us more about the bus.
So the bus driving thing I looked at because I've been really inspired, as much as you want me to hate the school, because they're only paying me $10 an hour.
I don't want you to
Every
hate them.
time I talked about it, you told me I should quit.
Well, I mean, for the amount of money you got paid, and it would happen at the times where in gig you could make the most.
For food delivery.
For food
Walmart's
delivery.
busy morning
Yeah.
till lunchtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've really kind of enjoyed hanging out with the kids. I mean, yeah, some of them aren't great, but some of them are, and they're fun. And they started recognizing me and smiling and running up and like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I've kind of felt a little purpose behind it, as little as it seems.
No, makes
I've
sense.
really enjoyed it. And lawn care, there's no purpose in life for that. It
True.
does. I mean, it's a luxury, which I get it. I get paid good. I love it. I like being outside, but it's not firing my soul.
Yeah, I mean, because it is. I don't want to put down what you've done.
I understand.
It is something that people pay who are vain. I mean, wanting nice grass is a vain thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, because there's no like benefit to the environment to have nice grass. In fact, it's actually the opposite, right? You're hurting the environment by having nice grass.
Fertilizer is okay. It's the weed control
and water, right?
and water. You're pissing away a lot of
You're
water.
pissing away a lot of water, blah blah blah. But anyways, no,
And I'll still be fertilizing from my company and pissing away a lot of water.
Of course you will.
I mean, my lawn's gonna always be dope because I enjoy being outside,
which is fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, it would be way less money. So my plan is okay. So yeah, helping out with the kids. Fun fact: the union contract. Yeah, I'll be union bus driver.
Ooh, yes.
Allows you to make the bus rate when you're working anywhere else in the district.
So if you're doing food service, you'll get the union bus rate.
Correct.
Boom.
Which isn't a ton of money, but it's way more than $10 an hour.
You're like, suckers, you gotta pay me more.
Yeah. So that would be just a morning and an afternoon.
Okay.
I could do more. Full time there is 26 hours, and you get bennies. And if you don't get the bennies, they give you extra $600 a month.
Do you get into the pension that the teachers get into? Yes. You should work full time just for the pension. The pension alone, you could retire and just
I'd have to do a 25. You have to do 30 years.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'll be like 85.
Yeah, you're too old to do that.
Yeah,
now.
I ain't gonna.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can get some to be fully 100% vested. I think it's 30 years.
Okay. So, is there anything that you're nervous about with if you actually make this switch?
Okay, so let me finish the process.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I like that question. That's where I'm going to next. But so then I would work morning and afternoon, and then I would spend time during the day editing the shows that I currently have and growing. I mean, obviously growing threads and gig. That's always part of it. But my goal is to grow Hey Guys.
Yeah.
So I can edit
more podcasts.
But the bus is there for a backup, right?
Of course.
It's not going to be a lot of money, but it's there as a regular paycheck at least 9 months out of the year.
Yep.
And then in the summer, there's some substitute.
Yeah, but so there's a solid, consistent. So if you don't have as many jobs as you go check your phone and hit the stand.
I'm just trying to move it.
No, that totally makes sense. Now, again, back to my question. Is there anything that you are nervous about?
Yeah, I am, of course. The leaving of my company that I've been with since 2008.
Yeah.
They've been nothing but amazing. Nothing but amazing. I mean, shop week sucks.
But that's true of any job, any lawn care you're gonna have.
Yeah. And I'm actually sad about it. I haven't made the decision yet, probably, but I haven't. And I'm worried about money. I mean, then I can fall back on gig work, of course. I mean, currently right now, if I jumped over right this minute, I would have to do gig work.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have enough podcasting and bus, but I would have to do quite a bit less once I add the bus.
Yeah.
So, but it's not about the money.
No, but I mean, you still have bills to pay.
Right.
But you're hoping to find probably even, I mean, you're 45, right? Your body's not going to last forever, doing lawn care.
No, it
lawns.
It beats you up. You're on that machine bouncing around. I mean, my back's been jacked up for 20 years.
And you've also talked about doing like wanting to live in Florida.
Yeah.
So, like podcasting would allow you the freedom to do that. But it takes time to build that.
Yeah. And you know what? It may never work out. It may not. And as I'm grateful that my wife has a good job. I mean, if she wasn't working and stay at home, I would never do this.
Oh, you couldn't.
I couldn't do it. I mean,
Yeah.
to live the way we live right now, I wouldn't be able to do that.
No, you definitely have to.
I'd be working like a madman.
Well, so you wouldn't even be able to like buy a smaller house because those are more money than what you paid for this. You couldn't even downsize in today's economy.
Yeah. So I'm thankful for that. And, Megan's really supportive. She's like,
That's
back
awesome.
when you really loved gig work, I wasn't comfortable because it was Uber and Lyft.
Oh, yeah.
It was nothing else because I've talked about this every year.
Yeah.
And I've never pulled the trigger. And she's like, I'm comfortable now. I'm back on the floor. There's 17 gigs you can do. I mean, I know you're a grinder. And if shit hits the fan, you'll take care of it.
Yeah.
So,
because last year you were going to do post office.
I know. I just got a letter from the post office today. Even though I never worked a day, I got retirement stuff. I don't know what it is. I haven't opened it up. I got home late. So I saw because the Postal Informed or whatever, you get an email with all your mail.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I saw it from the United States Postal Service. It's probably something about taxes. I'm like, I didn't work a day.
Here's your W-2 for
something.
not working.
So yeah.
But this one you feel more confident on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do, just because I don't know. I don't know what's different, honestly.
Yeah, and again, I think a year ago I wouldn't have advised you of this, but again, as much as I don't like gig all the time, it has allowed me to start planting the church in a way I normally wouldn't. Because a normal part-time job, you're stuck at certain hours, and it's nerve-wracking, but it's also freedom to actually try to fulfill your purpose and just go do it instead of always clocking in somewhere.
Yeah.
So no, I think that's cool. I think it's cool that you're at least attempting it, because what is the worst that happens?
Exactly.
You try for a year, you get really tight on money, Megan picks up a few more shifts, you hustle a little bit more, and then you go back to another company for
I mean, I could go back to lawn care. I mean, I could do
you could do lots of
things. There's tons of jobs out there.
Yeah.
Tons of jobs. So I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I'm nervous.
Of course.
I'm more nervous of like telling my boss.
Oh yeah. So that, like, that's gonna be
so
awkward.
So what? Well, I've done it before. Do you remember back UPS when I walked in? And
I remember you talking about it later.
So I was gone from Weed and Feed for 1 month, and then I called them back, and they're like, "Yeah, we didn't hire anyone yet."
You're like, "Please take me back."
Basically, I was like, you know what? I thought about it, and it's going to be too hard on my body. I mean, you talk about hard on your body.
Yeah, boxes all the time.
Yeah, and so even though I love delivering, and I actually had some pride when I worked for UPS because I think UPS does a great job, although I just shared a video today of a guy cutting through some construction through someone's yard. UPS driver.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's totally fired. Like, totally.
Yeah.
You can even see his face on the cam, like who it was.
Ugh.
Anyways, so... so that's gonna be awkward. I'm gonna call them and talk to them on the phone.
No,
but then they're gonna. Yeah, I'm not going in.
Go in.
Trying to avoid it.
No, go in.
Well, they're gonna make me come anyways. They're gonna try to offer me something like an insane amount of money, and I'm like, it's not about the money. So,
what if they're like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for.
I mean,
no, but no, that has to be hard. But yeah, I think it's important to go in person with them because.
Yeah, I probably will end up. And here's the thing, like. When am I going to try to do what I want to do?
Exactly.
I'm 46. I mean, I could die tomorrow. I could die in 4 years. At least I can enjoy my flexibility. I can be home more with Megan. I can go to lunch random times when the kids are at school. And it's just, now's the time.
Or if you're not making enough money, you can have ramen here, but you'll be able to eat with her.
Right.
Either way, you're with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
All right, most impactful for you. I feel like I've been talking this entire show.
Oh, you have. This is fun. This is the Jason Show.
Good God.
I think that's how I'm going to title the Jason Show.
Well, if you would have wrote your stuff down, you might have something impactful.
Well, in my impactful things, you totally blanked on and forgot about. My most impactful thing was being ordained as a pastor on December 11th. That's all. No.
I was going to throw this mouse at you.
You got to ask me questions about it. Like, this is a conversation. I ask you good questions.
Yeah, but
that's why you talk a lot. This is how relationships work. Like, you gotta ask questions.
Okay, well, you got to explain why it was impactful. I mean, for obvious
reasons. So again, I've been part of taking classes for just over 2 years. I thought it was going to be through my old church that I was going to be on commission.
Thank God it wasn't.
And then
looking back at it now,
and then
I'm gonna have to cut. That's my opinion.
That's Jason's opinion. And then planting a church. And then on July 26th, I was told I was no longer employed there. And in that moment, I was like, well, I guess this dream is done, or at least for now, because I'm like, I have no calling church. And then Cormdale. So Jim, you remember Jim from the service? You blocked. Okay. We're going to talk about that later. So one of the guys who spoke at the service, anyways, he was the one who was like, hey, I'd like to talk with you because, from what we've heard, we'd love to plant a church and partner with you and do all of that. So again, there's just that buildup of all of that. And it was just a moment of different people in my life who, some short, some long, being there and supporting me and seeing things in me that I don't always see in myself. I don't always believe in myself. So that was a cool moment with that.
So that you said Jim, right?
Yeah.
So they just reached out to you randomly, like
No. So I was taking class. So let me explain that more. So Jim runs Cormdale. I was taking classes through Cormdale, but like I had actually never met Jim. Never talked to him in my life. Actually, that's not true. I talked to him because I thought he was somebody else from Cormdale when I was meeting them, and he goes, "Oh no, but that person you're waiting for is coming." So that was the one conversation I had. So he didn't know me from Adam, but then because I worked with other people at Cormdale, they had just said things about me to him, and he's like, "Hey, let's meet because they've said really good things about you, and I think this could work." And so,
wow.
Yeah,
That should make you feel like insanely good.
Oh, for sure.
Especially after the whole what happened at the other place.
Yep.
That had to be like the best like dopamine hit when you got that.
It
message.
was one of those things though, because it was within a couple weeks of when the other thing all happened. So I think I was still in shock.
Yeah.
So like, because I even had them write down stuff and send it to me because I'm like, this is all awesome stuff you're saying to me
Yeah.
right now, but I am overwhelmed with it. So can you like write it down and send it to me so that I actually know that you actually these are the options and things you're talking
That
about.
was a smart move. I would be initially insanely happy and then like, oh shit, this is a big responsibility.
Yeah. Well, because even the next morning after I met with Jim, I was like, Natalie, if that hadn't been sent to me in writing, I don't know that I would actually believe that the meeting happened because I was in that space.
Yeah.
Right. Just in a bad headspace.
Yeah.
Post that. So again, that all of that work and all of the shit that I went through in that moment, right? It doesn't fix that. We'll talk about where it didn't fix it, but there's just a moment of peace of like, no, like I'm on the path I'm supposed to be on. It doesn't matter what one person said.
Yeah. But that's still hard.
Oh, it's hard.
As humans, you look at the hate more than the love.
For sure.
Like we could have a show that goes viral and 99% of people loved it and 1% hated it, and you'd just be focused on the hate.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh man.
Yeah, why did they hate it? What did I do wrong?
We're horrible.
We're horrible. So at the ordination,
yeah,
it was weird.
Okay.
Weird to be in that church. Very weird bench or pews.
Did it trigger you?
No.
Okay.
No. Of course I was going to be there, and I appreciate you inviting me. Like that means a lot that you invited me. Yeah, it was just awkward for me.
Explain more.
Well, like the putting the hands on, we didn't stand up.
You sat there. You're like, we do not support him.
I wasn't going to say anything to you, and you never would have known because the picture was from the other side.
And you're also short, so like I just would assume
you wouldn't have seen
buried.
me anyways.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I wouldn't do this in my home church. I'm not doing this now. No, like not like I had this like attitude about it, but Megan didn't feel comfortable either. Now, if it was just like me and Megan and you and Natalie and maybe like one or two other people that I really didn't know, but like it seemed like more of a quaint thing, I probably would have. So don't take offense to it.
No.
It doesn't mean I love you any less or didn't support you any less. It's just it felt really weird to me. So
yeah, explain more because I kind of caught that vibe from you, like
very uncomfortable. Like it's I don't know anyone. That's tough for me.
Was it weird being back in a church setting?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I do miss Alive a little bit. I do miss the vibe there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I miss the community, but I knew a lot of those people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we weren't close. Don't get me wrong.
But
If we
you knew them
like, I
to a level.
recognized their faces. I knew their names. I would say hi to them, but we didn't hang out outside of church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but no, I don't think I was really triggered. It just, I don't know. Like one of the songs we didn't know, and I'm just like, oh shit! Like
I don't think. Oh well,
two of the songs we knew, but one of them we didn't.
well, there was a newer song. There was one newer song.
Really new. Like, well, I mean, I haven't been to church in 3 years.
I know, so I'm saying I think it was in the last 3 years. I mean, it's not new, but I think it's like almost 3 years old.
Yeah.
So that definitely had to be weird. And again, with being ordained, like that is probably the most churchy style of service that you'll have.
I mean, it's got to be that way because it's tradition. That's how we do this.
Correct.
I knew it would be like by the book.
Yes.
I understood that.
And even mine was much more loosey-goosey than others.
Oh, gotcha.
So like, because there's some who had been more in suits, and it would just have been from the pulpit. It would have been like everything very traditional. But again, because of what it is, yeah, it's probably the most churchy type of service that you could go.
Thing normal at your church?
Well, for something like that, it would be, yeah, because again, it's going back to Acts to the New Testament, where like they would lay hands on as they ordained.
Yeah,
people.
for sure.
So again, that's common at every single one.
How did you feel about crying 10 seconds into your speech?
I cry so bad.
I was like, I got choked up. I was like, "Oh, come on, buddy, you got this."
Well, and again, I've done public speaking enough where I know. Like I was like, I definitely know I'm gonna cry. Like I was joking. I was joking with Natalie before. I'm like, yeah, I'm totally not gonna cry at this at all.
It's emotional.
It's emotional. It's all that stuff building up. It's an emotional moment, and yeah. And so I've cried public speaking a lot, and I know I can usually get myself back. Like I've spoken at funerals of family members, which again, you tear up, and like. You don't learn how to get through it, but you figure out how to eventually do it.
You're professional. You're there to do a job. I mean, yes.
Well, and you just learn. Yeah.
Not the ordination. That wasn't your job. But you were there as a member. But like if you were at a funeral, you're like, okay, I got to keep my stuff together.
Yeah. And you, even if you tear up, you learn how to do it. You learn how to talk with a crying voice, right? Like, not that it's a made up voice, but you just talk through that high pitched voice.
It's a skill. I totally get it.
Or just by practice. So anyways, that was the most meaningful. The one you forgot about.
Didn't forget
and
about
found
it.
Awkward.
It's in the mental health check.
I know.
How did I forget about it? Mike, your biggest F up.
My biggest F up. Christmas Day.
Oh no.
I know.
I'm already better.
Mike ruined Christmas. So there was a ton of snow Christmas Day. We're driving over to the other side of the state. We left at noon.
I can't believe you drove in. I mean, it wasn't as bad. And as you got further east, it probably got better.
It took a lot farther east than we thought. It was even past Lansing. So it's slippery. It's crazy. Like we're not even to the expressway. I have brand new tires on. I finally splurged or spent money I needed to.
That's not a splurge. That's an adult purchase that sucks ass.
I got all 4 tires. That's a splurge for Dutch. So I got new tires, and like I was still slipping like crazy. I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna make it. Like we're not even to the expressway in Holland, and we're slipping.
Yeah.
And then my stupid dog just crying because we're going slow. Normally when it's slow, we'll open the window for her and she can stick her head out. Well, it is freaking freezing. I'm not going to open it. So she's crying and crying and crying. It's just the high pitch whine. And I'm just like, shut up. I don't think I cussed. Natalie, you can tell me if I cussed or not. I was like, shut up. And it reminded me of old me. Like I never got to that lose it point, but I was not like the most calm person in that moment. And there were just flashes of old Mike. I was like, come on. Like I thought I was past old Mike.
Oh.
Right. And again, I think there's always a flare up. There's always those little moments. You're like, oh no, that Mike still exists a little bit.
How long did it last? Or were you able to be like, ooh, Mike, bring it around?
Yeah,
town?
and I was able to apologize partway, probably 30 minutes in. I'm like, hey guys, I got a little bit loud. I'm sorry about that. And then Natalie at night was like, hey, that wasn't fun in the beginning. I don't know exactly what she said, but I'm gonna say wasn't fun. I'm like, yeah, I totally know. I go, it scared me to what came up in me. Like I didn't love that. So we can talk about mental health check-in of what that was.
Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of, it's kind of
Yeah, let's just go mental health. So mental health. So I knew there was stuff. We'll go back to yours.
Oh, okay, good.
We'll be good. I just figured might as well flow.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is kind of mental health update too. And so I was like, I know there's stuff. And so again, I journal. That's my biggest way to process through. And just journaling through a lot of stuff I haven't left behind with the old church. Like I still was carrying a lot. I was still getting their I still had their app on my phone and it would send me updates.
Oh no, Michael.
I know. It was bad. It's a bad habit because like you're just there and you're like just want to know what's going on. And then it's eventually just like, right, it's not helping me move on. So I deleted the app. I made sure that then no emails came through from them or anything like that. But again, it was letting those things hang on. That I was like, I think it's just sitting there and it's not letting my heart heal.
Yeah.
Right. And then of course, in that moment when there's stress, like you're trying not to kill your whole family, you're wondering how you're getting over to the other side of the state, and your stupid dog won't shut up.
Yeah. It's like a crying kid. It's the worst.
It's like the worst pitch, too.
It's the worst.
It's a pitch that like just pisses me off normally.
You ask Megan, I've had plenty of freakouts with the damn dogs barking in the back. Like we finally have a system down, but that MFer would bark all the time. And I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I would like lose it. And Megan looks at me like this. And I'm like, sorry.
Yeah. Something about that. So that again, that was my biggest F up. But mental health is going, okay, I still need to keep processing.
Which I said you would. Like you had such a tough shell when you got fired, and you're like, doesn't bother me.
Well, it didn't bother me.
You put up this armor, like
I don't think it was armor. I think it was numbness.
Well, either way, it was bouncing off you.
But again, it wasn't. I didn't have to blow up like you thought I would. Like you thought I would like totally go dark.
No, but you went dark. I mean, look what happened in December. Or a couple of the last
that was
November, December, right around there. I mean, you definitely went dark.
Yeah.
And it had to do with that. Regardless, I know you said it was like I'm sure it wasn't the only thing, but I'm sure it played a role.
Well, it played the role because it kicked off.
Especially if you're getting like the emails and stuff. It reminds me of Eric Zane, like still obsessing about his old radio show.
Yeah.
Like you just want to know what's going on there because like you had such a impactful position there.
But all it does though is just opens the wound, opens
Every
the
single
wound,
time.
opens the wound. So I as I journal, I'm like, okay, that's the stuff, and I need to cut those things out. So I cut those things out, made sure I don't go back to any of the emails, blah blah blah.
Good job. Has it felt refreshing once you made the cut?
Yeah, it's felt refreshing.
How long ago did you cut it out?
Well, so Christmas that happened a couple days after.
Oh wow, so this is fresh cut.
This is fresh because again, that was the that's when I reflected back and was like, okay, what in the world's going on here?
That I just lost my shit.
Yeah. And again, not to the level I used to, but still too close to that.
Yeah. And I mean, this is what we do, Mike. So don't get sad and cry.
I will.
You haven't been working out very much.
I know.
And that hurts your mental health. Like when you like really work out, you're like on fucking fire.
Yeah.
You're like, I can just tell your attitude is better. You're just happier.
I look better now because I worked out Monday.
You probably are sore.
Gosh, I am. Especially right there.
What, the lats?
Yeah, or whatever these are, kind of
on
back.
The side.
Yeah,
I think those are your lats.
That and then up here.
Oh yeah, it feels good though.
Yeah, it does. But
you do look kind of swole.
I look swollen.
Yeah, you do. Well, I know you said you've gained some weight. I can't tell. So
well, okay. So it's been slowly, but so since Israel, I came back. I was 282 pounds. I mean, we hiked all day, so that's not fair.
You probably lost 10 pounds in Israel.
But I'm now 30 pounds up from that.
Yeah.
Still 30 pounds.
No. You were like 22 pounds from.
Nah, more than 22. And it was anywhere between 22 and 30 pounds. So somewhere in that middle.
Yeah. After the marathon, you were what, 3 or like 295?
Nah, I was just over 3 for the half marathon.
So you've gained like 12 pounds, right?
Yeah, 12 pounds. No, 312. So probably 10 pounds.
It's not that bad.
No.
And it's as big as you are and tall. 10 pounds on me, you'd be able to see it.
Or 30 pounds. But again,
30 pounds.
Well, most of that poundage, though, happens slowly, so no one notices. But
yeah,
no, it's definitely going to be helpful to get back into that, especially weightlifting.
I remember how fired up you would get. Like, I could just tell when you did weightlifting, you were just like, yeah, I love this. Like, you would be like, I hate weightlifting. And you're like, yeah, let's go.
I know. I was thinking that as I was doing. I'm like, Jason would literally hate what I'm doing.
I know.
Right
I'd rather run 20 miles than do weightlifting.
Do it.
No.
This weekend,
I'm
run
not
20.
trained for 20.
So just do it.
No.
Come on.
Not an idiot.
Mini Masogi this.
I am not David Goggins.
David Goggins, who's going to carry the boat? Okay.
So
tell me about your biggest F up.
Mine was at Panera. So and on a random Monday. So I don't know if it was a Monday. I don't know. I felt really connected with your story about how you felt like you were the old Mike, because my incident is like the old Jason. It basically what happened when we came into Panera and they had those computers that you can order on, and they put them so close together, and there's four of them, 2 right here, 2 over here. Each person had one on there, and I just felt awkward. I didn't want to go, and I'm like, and I was just feeling anxious. And then Megan, then the lady that was taking orders opened up. I'm like, here, go. I kind of pushed her and kind of not like pushed her, but like moved her along.
Yeah.
And like, just go. And I just had a complete fucking attitude. And just kind of like gave her a dirty look. And again, everyone's around. So it was just like the old Jason. Like, it was a complete fuck up. And I was just like, I don't know why. I was anxious about ordering. Like, that's normal what I used to do. Like, I would never want to do any of that because I didn't want. I mean, we're standing I would stand so close to somebody, and I didn't want to do that. So I felt pressure to like get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's anxiety isn't like logical.
Yeah. Now, has this happened though when you're making some pretty big life choices? Do you think that's increasing that?
No. Although I have been having trouble sleeping, but I'm not anxious about anything.
Okay.
My brain is firing. I'm thinking about a lot of stuff, but I'm not like stressed. There's no stress there.
But wouldn't you waking up in your brain going be a form of anxiety? I'm
probably.
not huge anxiety, but
probably.
Okay.
I mean, I've never had it. Like, I fall asleep, and like last week, I think 3 out of the 7 nights I woke up at 3 a.m. on the dot, and I'm up for like 90 minutes.
Oh,
just staring.
Terrible. And your brain's just going through all.
Yeah,
it's
just like, okay, what about, hey guys? Okay, I got to get that. I got to do this.
So you're not worried, but your brain's going.
Yeah, I'm working.
Yeah.
Now I did drink a lot of caffeine on the break and late. Like, I would game and drink a Mountain Dew at like 10 o'clock at night, and so that might be some of it. So this will be night 3 without caffeine after 5 p.m.,
which will be a lot more helpful.
Yeah,
right?
and I slept good last night.
Ooh, like a baby.
So maybe it's caffeine. Okay. So anyways. But yeah, that was my F up. So it wasn't great.
Now Megan remembered it. What about it? Like, how did Megan feel in that moment?
She did not feel great. She was embarrassed, and I tried to be like, I'm sorry, it's fine. Like, I kind of not blew it off, but just didn't see it was as impactful as it was.
Oh, okay.
So lunch was awkward. Yeah. So
you spend all that money.
Yeah, it is expensive.
It's so expensive.
The prices have everything have skyrocketed. In fact, I went and got Wendy's 2 nights ago. I always get the same damn meal. It's $11.39, or it's $11.63. It was $12.39.
So do you get the double burger?
No, I get the Asago chicken ranch sandwich.
Ooh.
With bacon, no tomato.
Is it good?
With strawberry lemonade. Yeah.
There's supposed to be like a mozzarella chicken.
Yeah, I saw that. Every time I try something new at Wendy's, it's
you always go back to your old one.
Yeah.
So did you get the card for the Frosty?
No.
So for $2, you get that card, and every time that you buy something, you get a free Junior Frosty.
So the thing is, I'm kind of like ice cream bougie. I would have to eat that immediately because I can't let it melt, because then it's like, ugh.
That's when it gets the best. And you dip fries in it?
Ooh. No.
So I ended up getting that the other day because there were some coupons that came, which actually made Wendy's affordable.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was like, it was $11 for a burger. I was like, what planet?
My new meal is $12.39, because she actually made the mistake, because she knows exactly how much it is, and she said $11.63 before it popped up, and then it popped up. She goes, I mean $12.39. I'm like, you guys raise your rates on January 1st. I know exactly what just happened.
That is crazy though, because I remember, again, this is old, but back when Natalie and I first got married, we're dirt poor. We could go out to eat with a tip for under $25.
Oh yeah,
at a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, Panera. I think we dropped, for the 2 of us, $28.
Yeah.
And we didn't get drinks.
Oh,
No drinks. I drank water. So like the sandwich I got was like $3 or $4. We did the pick two. I did the pick two.
I know.
And in this specific sandwich, tried something new.
Yep.
Was like I looked back at the receipt, was like $3 more because it had bacon on it or something. It was I was like, no wonder it was fucking stupid.
So okay, way off topic, but so there's a new tea there which has more caffeine than Monster.
What?
Yeah.
Is it sweet tea?
I know it's some new one, and most people don't know it. And like some lady drank 5 or 6 while doing work there. She said it felt like she was having a heart attack.
Oh my god!
It was like drinking 5 or 6 Monsters.
It's probably like a kind of black tea.
It's some sort of turbo tea or whatever that I think you can just get from the main thing now.
The fountain thing.
I think so.
I'll have to check that out.
Anyways.
Panera has that deal for like $10 a month. You can drink as much as you want out of there.
Ooh,
I know. And for DoorDash, I'm in there almost every day.
you should get that.
I'll have to look into it.
So with mental health, how are you feeling? Because it's been a while since you've been to your therapist because you're done. You ended it. How are you feeling being not free, but doing it on your own more?
I've had some ups and downs. That light right there has been impactful for me. I went for a time where I was keep forgetting to turn it on, and I could really notice it. And I had to have Megan, like I had to get in the habit every time I come down here just to hit the button. It's been okay. I did pretty good over the holidays. I mean, it wasn't very exciting. I mean, Megan worked all weekend, so we don't have a lot of family that we connect with. So there wasn't any drama. Kids had a great Christmas.
Sounds like a good Christmas.
Yeah, I got my shoes down there. Did you see them?
Oh yeah. At first I didn't know if they were your
No
shoes.
No, those are hidden. No. I know.
You really?
Yeah.
You've really hidden those?
No, they're in my car. I haven't used them yet.
You've hidden them.
Well, I haven't brought them inside yet.
Oh.
I'll tell her. I worked more.
You should have your check-in be that. Have you guys checked in lately?
We have not. We were supposed to check in last night, but I came home late. So we're either going to check in tonight, probably tonight. She's working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or no, Tuesday. What day is it?
It's Tuesday today.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Sully has robotics on Saturday, so we had to get that off, and I have a race, and so.
So, anyways, mental health,
it's been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not been in too bad of valleys, other than a couple of incidents, and which I wasn't proud of. But I mean, I had those with therapy too.
Yeah, you did. Again, right? Like, do you feel like you still have the tools to manage?
Yeah, and again, I got to give it up for the medication, bro.
Yeah,
like it really helps me. I can't knock it as much as I knocked it early because I didn't want to be.
You were that guy for a little bit.
I was that guy for a lot of it.
But again, you took it and also did a lot of work though. Like, don't discount that.
I'm not. No, I'm not. But I have no problem telling people that, like, yeah, I'm on medication and it fucking works amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, cool stuff. Any final thoughts there?
No,
Jason,
that I'm getting hot.
It's getting warm in here from all of our hot air.
So the timer is on 1:20, hour 20.
Yeah.
Now I think we dicked around for 10 minutes. So
yeah. You know what? People want more. I mean, somebody wanted us to go a whole extra hour on their bonus one.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. I think it's Joe P, wasn't it?
No, it's Chris.
It was Chris
B.
Chris. Oh, B. Chris Bruinsma. Yeah,
I was trying to protect his anonymity.
No, I was thinking Chris D. I forgot that Chris B was there. But,
you forgot Chris B was a thing.
I did. I haven't talked to him in a while.
It's just because he's not as liberal as you. Like you are excluding him because he is not liberal.
Because he's a Trumper.
I don't know if he is, but anyways,
I don't know if he's a Trumper, but he's definitely pretty right winged.
For somebody who's so open and accepting, you are pretty judgmental with that.
What?
And on that note,
I thought you were going to talk about him because he is pretty open and accepting. I thought you were talking about me.
Yeah. I'm open and accepting, except for now he's conservative, and now I don't like him.
That's not true,
Chris. I'm sorry that Jason is so judgmental and is not a great moderate like me. Anyways, we hope you share the love. Share this episode with people you love, you hate. If you want to support us financially so we can keep affording to do this, go to patreon.com/Threads Podcast. And can you join us in ridding the world of Facebook fake, Instagram ickies, and Twitter takes by keeping the faith, doing your work, and living life unfiltered?
I will send you to Jesus.
Perfect. I will send you to Jesus. 8:30. 8:30.
Bye, Kate.